Well, there's somebody. I'm sitting in the dark. Am I? Am I? Christy Andrews. Welcome. Hello. Helen Johns. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, 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 welcome. There we go. Gee, that went quick. Whoa. See, people love me. Tina, Michelle, Lisa, Emma, Irish Eyes, Janet C, Connie, Mindy, Helen, Sherry, Elizabeth, April, Tahi, Tawny. Sorry, Tawny. Sorry, but Buffy, happy as Larry. Well, it's better than being Bob. Soccer mom of one. Welcome, Brandy Brown. So, happy Mother's Day to everyone. Obviously, I'm not in my normal location in my house. I am in my living room. Everybody has left me for the day. And I took the wife and my daughter and son out for breakfast. And now they've decided that they all are going on a trip for the rest of the day with my mother-in-law. So they have left me. You're wearing Irish colors. Thank you. I can't. I don't know how to go back on this because there we go. I'm using my cell phone because for some reason I did an update on my computer last night and the stupid thing for some reason it won't turn on the camera. I've been trying for like the last hour. Normally I do this live at 10 on Sundays, but I can't figure out how to turn the damn camera back on. It's got to be something in the settings. I gotta wait for my daughter to come back. She'll show me how to do it. Jim's pal, welcome. Consider it an early Father's Day present, I guess. But I got it. I'm like, oh, that's odd. So like I say, I'm on my phone here, and the messages are there, and then all of a sudden they all just go away if I don't keep them active. Gino, welcome. Marie Davis, Mario, you too. Happy Mother's Day. Lori Smoot, welcome. Oh, I hope everyone is having a wonderful Mother's Day today. The other reason why I'm shooting this on my cell phone is because I promised my those who follow me on and support me on Patreon, I promised them I do a walk around of my new home here. It's not a new home, but the house was built in 1944. But I promised I would do a walk around. Mammy Love, Carrie, Jeanette. Mammy Love, I am doing better. Biltong Ni, welcome. Molly, videos are glad you're keeping you and your family safe. I am. I do my best. Marie, Carrie, Davies, Julie R, welcome. But I'm a little bit tired this morning. Well, at least right now, I think I ate too much. You know, those Zelda. Well, hey, thank you for the super chat. Glad to see you. Hope you're doing well, Zelda. Yeah. So we normally on Sundays a friend of mine has it's a restaurant, but we love to go there on Sunday mornings and have breakfast. But because of Mother's Day, he was just booked to the max. So we weren't able to actually, when we got there, they told us it was going to be 45 minutes to get a table. We're like, eh. And my wife didn't really want to wait. And my daughter, she's kind of picky on what she eats for breakfast. So she wanted to go to IHOP. So we went to IHOP. I'm not a big fan of IHOP, but hey, you know what? It's not Father's Day; it's Mother's Day. So the wife and the daughter decided they wanted to go to IHOP. I took them to IHOP, but we made it the waitress's day. At least I did. So our bill came to just under $60, and I gave her a $40 tip on $60 total. So she's like, "Wow, thank you very much." How old is my daughter? My daughter Molly is 21 years old, and then I have a little tiny man. Who is 2 years old. Same wife. Yeah, I'm not a 7:18 p.m. here in England. Bunny Rabbit. Well, first off, welcome, Bunny Rabbit. I'm sorry that normally I'd be doing this at 6:18 your time on Sunday, but your son is 21, Carrie. That's a space. Oh, okay. Is 11:19 in boring Oregon. Yeah. Well, Zelda, it is 11:19 here because, as you may remember, I'm just across the Columbia River upstream from you. I'm in the, I don't know how to describe it without actually giving away the actual location. I am in the sagebrush part of Washington State. So go up to Pendleton, head across the river, and you'll find me. Well, after a drive. All right. So, yeah, please give me a thumbs up. All right, I'm going to jar the camera here a little bit. Now, like I was saying, I promised I would do a walk around of the house to show everybody, and I'm not. First off, I'm not bragging. I'm not. I hope you all can still see me there. I gotta change the mount on the camera. I'll show you here. So I was, you can't see. I'll show it in a second here. Sorry for the jarring around there. So the camera was on a tripod. I went out and bought this, and it's a selfie stick. Yes, because I was like, how the heck am I going to hold the camera to do a walk around and show people what the place looks like? Yeah, I'm going to. All right, hold on 1 second. There's my armpit. In case y'all didn't know what an armpit looked like. Mike, I'm sorry. Michelle, thank you very much for the super chat. I really super appreciate that. It's so nice of you to do that. All right. I gotta tighten this super tight. I don't use selfie sticks. I'm not self-absorbed enough, I guess. Alrighty. So obviously, nice bright windows. There is my favorite clock in the world. That is the Misfits, in case anybody doesn't remember who the Misfits are. They were a musical group. And I'm walking around here. I don't know how do I switch from the screen here? Oh well. All right, so obviously this is the dining room. Like those curtains? My wife picked those out. Yeah. And coats. Front door, double glass window alongside of each side. And that is the living room. We're going to walk over there. But I'm only doing this because I promised those who are my Patreon supporters, they wanted to see what my place looked like, because they put up with me long enough going through the move and everything else, and they suck around. But obviously the house isn't cleaned. It's my turn to clean the house, and that's why the other reason why everybody left me for the day. So as you can see, toys everywhere, because, well, the 2-year-old decided not to put them in his toy box, which is over there, that white thing there. And all right, here's some of my dogs. There's 3 of them right there, 4 of them. Right. The black one there, that one's mine. This one is my daughter's dog, the white one right there. That white one right there. This one is not ours. And that white one over there is not ours. But 2 of the 4, these 4 are. How many dogs do you have? We do have 4 dogs. The other 2 dogs are in the other part of the house. They're completely blind and deaf, and they've been that way pretty much since they were born. But I can't remember what it's actually called, but they were born with kind of like a glaucoma in their eyes. And no, I don't. Every time I tell people, they're like, well, give them weed. Give them some oil extract. No, it doesn't work. It's hereditary, and the nerves never actually formed in the eye correctly. So they don't see very well, and we have to help them, move from point to point, within the house. All right, so yeah, I'm sorry. This is the living room, TV, entertainment center over here. You can't really see it all that well, but back there on the top, that's some of my record collection. And then I've got those ones down there. And then I have an entire room in the basement that is nothing but my punk rock. My doggy mom. You rescued them? Mammy Love? Yes. Each and every one of these of our pets are rescue animals. Well, I can't say that about my cat. My cat just showed up one day on my front porch and was eating. We had another cat at the time who came with the house we bought. And then that cat passed away. She lived with us for about, I want to say 15 years. But then she passed away. And then the cat we have now, he already had a home. The lady put an ad on Craigslist and said, hey, missing pet. If you see this cat, contact me. So we did. And I said, your cat is at my house. We're like 3 blocks away. It's at my house on my front porch eating right now. And she came by. She saw the cat. She said, great. Well, we'll come back after we get the pet carrier, and we'll catch him. She came back a couple of days later, and she dropped off probably about a $6 bag of really cheap cat food, and said, here's $5 in the cat food. You guys can keep him. He already came with the name. Her daughter named the cat. It's a male cat. She named it Tebow, after the quarterback who, well, if you're an NFL fan, you know who Tebow is. All right, so we're going from the living room. We're now in the kitchen. So my wife, we had a built-in microwave that took up this entire space, and it went out. And my wife found this retro microwave on Amazon, and it was a giant box. It was bigger than that hole. And it was a box inside of a box inside of a box. And when we found it, we laughed our butts off for days about that, because it was like one of those Russian dolls. You take one doll out and then it just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Well, like I said, the kitchen's a mess too, because it's my turn to clean the house. Ice machine, plants, Jatula, right? There's the name of it. That's my son's. I wonder who bought that for him. Look at the shirt. Look at the stuffed animal, huh? But, all right, so this is the kitchen. Not much to see. It's the pantry. I know that looks terrible over there in the corner. I recycle everything. Cardboard, paper, everything. I recycle it all. There's no reason to fill the landfill full of, stuff. And if I'm boring you guys, just let me know. All right, so yeah, go back this way. So obviously that's the dining room, living room, and then it goes this way. There's steps down, and then there's the back door. Yeah, I'm going downstairs here. Well, I know it's kind of bright. That's the backyard. We're going to go into the basement now. Room down here that we can't go in because that's where the other two dogs are. And if I go in there, we're going to spend the rest of the day right there with the dogs because they want me to pet them. But there's the laundry on that side. See, I've got a lot of this color shirts. It's one of those things where it's like, it started off as a joke. I started buying lime green shirts because I was out on the golf course one day and I got hit by a golf ball in the back. And the guy said, I didn't see you. So I went out and bought a lime green shirt. So every single time my wife is out shopping, she finds another lime green golfing shirt. She buys me another one. All right. So this part of the basement is it's unfinished. It's just a concrete floor. See that? Those are boxes of dishes. Yeah. My wife bought an entire collection of dishes for my daughter, but thinking that she'll eventually move out and get her own life. Well, she went away to college for a couple of years, and then she moved back home because we love her and we want her to be safe and we want her to be happy. But she never got an apartment. She lived in a dormitory the entire time she was gone. But, and there's another room in there. But the other room is on the other side of the laundry. So I can't go in there. Don't worry, the dogs can't hear me, so they have no idea that I was even down there. They are completely deaf. And we are going out the back door now. So I hope that this is not too bright. So there's the hot tub, the table, fire pit is that square thing over there. And then that is the giant, that is actually from the top where the wood roof is to the bottom is 14 feet. That came with the house. That's our garage. My wife's Volkswagen. All right. Going back inside the house where you can actually see something that's not so bright. There's 100 people in here now walking around with me. Happy Mother's Day to your wife, brother. Thank you very much, Edwin. I appreciate that. Edwin, by the way, is my son's middle name. I named him after his middle name is my best friend's middle name. Well, we are upstairs. So this is the staircase that goes upstairs. Yeah, it's pretty wide, huh? But going this way. Backwards. Boop. All right. So bedroom number one. Bedroom number two. Office for me. I call it little man's studio. And this is bathroom. Oh yeah, well, get to repeat this. We're going over to the other side of the house. All right, here we go. I'm not kidding. Everything that's on that side repeats pretty much on this side. So, bedroom, daughter's bedroom, and there are lights. I do pay for electricity. Bedroom, so 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. That's my daughter's bathroom. It actually attaches to the master. So there's a master on that side and a master on this side. In all, there are 7 bedrooms in this place. 4,255 square feet. And I can't show you the downstairs where the 2 dogs are. And yeah, that's my dog. The one's at the top of the stairs there. Those 2 are mine. I didn't see the second one. The one always follows the other one. Yeah, it's a big house. It's way more than I ever wanted. I was happy with the old house that we had, but you know what they say? The saying is, happy wife, happy life. This house was, this house was built in 1944, and in 2000, and I think it was 2015, the previous owners gutted the entire house from one end to the other, and the entire house is what they call smart wired. So I don't know if you can see this. I got to move this box. All right, that is a 6 plug Ethernet. The house has not 1 but 4 built-in routers in the house. So in a nutshell, that end of the house upstairs has a router, that end of the house has a router, that end of the house has a router downstairs, that end of the house has a router downstairs. You can go in any room and plug in an Ethernet cable, and you'll be hardwired. Obviously, you can go with Wi-Fi. There. It all has Wi-Fi. If I would pay for a Wi-Fi router, but I don't. So every room has one of those 6 plugs thing in it, and they come. So the house was built in 44, and it used to have what they called loop or something like that, loop wiring. Basically aluminum wiring, but they gutted the entire place. That's the fireplace. It's gas. But they gutted the entire place and they remodeled it. I mean, everything went. The bathrooms, kitchen. The only thing that is original to the house from 1944 are those cabinets that are all the way around in the kitchen. And this thing here, it's like a baker's table. It's actually kind of cool. If I move this ball, that's what I feed the cat in. Tony the Tiger bowl. It's a good cat. But this thing here pulls out. Then the whole table swivels off this far end point. So it can actually swoop. All right. It can swing out this way. So it actually forms like an island right here. And then you still have a walkway on the opposite end. But I moved the refrigerator there because of in a nutshell, I'm cheap and old man Bob. Yeah. You did. I don't believe you, but hey, good for you, Bob. Hope you enjoy that. So I was saying, because of the ice maker on the refrigerator, I moved the water line, and I'm cheap. And I'm frugal. I call it frugal. Everybody else calls me cheap, but I didn't want to have to relocate the water line. It used to come up behind there. So it was cheaper to buy a 20-foot water line than it was to buy a 50-foot one. Because they sell it in 15, 25, and 50. And I was like, 25. And I'll just move the refrigerator. So otherwise there would be a walkway right here. But obviously you can't walk through there when the island is swung out. All right. So that's pretty much my house, everyone. Go away, old man Bob. Like I said, it's not much. I mean, I can show you the front yard, but my neighbor is out there right now, and that's the one thing I don't like about this place. I don't get along with the neighbors across the street. I've tried to be nice to them since we moved in here, but you ever meet those kind of people that are like that? They always interject themselves into everything, regardless if it's their life or not. It's like, hey, what are you doing? Let me get into that. Trying to get myself a glass of water. Right. Yeah. So, Jody, Lynn, hi everyone from Garfield. Welcome. Helen Johns, welcome. Oh, so that is my house. All right, I'm going to jar the not Russia water. Go Tig? No, just H2O, buddy. I'm going to jar the camera here. I got to move the damn thing again. Get off the selfie stick. Should have seen me when I went to the store. I'm standing there and I asked the guy, I go, I need one of those things that people put cameras on when they're really self-absorbed. What are those things called? And the guy's like, I have no idea what you're looking for, sir. I'm like, well, I don't know what it's called either. I did not know. I swear, I had no idea that it was called a selfie stick. So he takes me over to the camera section. We're standing there looking at all the different mounts and everything that they sell. This was at Best Buy. And he's like, oh, you want a selfie stick? I said, yeah, that thing. I guess right there. Whatever the hell that thing is. That's what I want. So. Amy Owens, but I'm old and confused and stuff. Are you old and confused and stuff, Bob? All right. Well, we'll grab my stuff here, and we're going to go outside. It is beautiful here. I don't know if Zelda is around still, but I'm sure if she was, she's probably enjoying the same weather that I am right now. Because I think we're probably about 200 miles away from each other. Nope, be right back. All righty. How much was the house on market for? How much was it? This place? I don't remember. That is the honest truth. I don't remember. I want to say it was probably. I can't see your name. Oh, does it say Tina? Tina? I honestly don't remember. I want to say right around $250,000. somewhere in there. But we didn't pay anywhere near that though, because I have a bunch of rental property, and basically we took this place, paid off the remaining note on it, and then in exchange for that, and we gave him one of my rental homes that is a couple blocks away from here. So we did a swap, plus I paid off the rest of the note. But he had it on the market for, I think, $250,000 right in there. It's about 60 there. Hello. Everyone, it's Zelda. Helens Johns, it's in the 60s there. I didn't check the temperature, but that's about what it is here right now. If the Earth is egg-shaped, why does NASA show pictures of a round Earth? Alan Bacon, I'm glad you're here, buddy. Alan, it's not egg-shaped like an egg like you would buy from the grocery store, but it's more egg-shaped than it is round. It's not completely, a spear. Good. He smokes. Smoke him if you got him. Becca? Yeah. It's one of my, it's cloudy. Well, it's partly cloudy here, Zelda. But the smoking is definitely, it's one of those habits that I've got to break. I know it's killing me. The Truth Seeker VP, welcome. Happy Mother's Day. It's $13.25 a pack for there in New York. Wow. Washington, I live in Washington State. We have the highest sin tax. That's what they call it. It's actually called a sin tax that is on tobacco and alcohol. We have the highest. And we're not $13.25 a pack, though. It's about $9.50 right in there for a pack of Marlboros. Cheaper to go down to where Zelda is. I think that's bad. Anybody in Canada? Marlboro here is $9.24. Lorette. That's what I'm sorry. It's showing me the icon, but it's hard heck to read the actual names because they're in light gray, and I don't have. Obviously, I'm not wearing my glasses. Do you, Bob? You should move to Japan, there, buddy. They have vending machines over there that they sell used women's underwear in vending machines in the subway system. They're about $50 a pair. $5 in Texas. I was in Raleigh, North Carolina a couple years ago, and I went to what they call a Blem store. It's kind of like a white elephant, but they had packs of cigarettes that, either one side of the package didn't get printed correctly. Perfectly good cigarettes, but they were about $3 a pack right in there. Yeah. You can imagine why they sell them in the subway system, Zelda. I'm sorry, Google, Tig. I really am sorry. But I hope you do get the lung that you need. Brandy Brown, JoJo. Connecticut, $10 for a pack of Marlboros. It was 30 cents when you started. Let's say TriStar, 2006. When I started smoking, I smoked Chesterfields. I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember those. Went from Chesterfields to Lucky Strikes. And then I quit for 8 years when I was in the service. And then the day I actually, my contract was up and I signed my final papers and everything else, me and a buddy went and got a Budweiser, one bottle of Budweiser from the convenience store. It was like a 40 ounce Budweiser. And the two of us got a pack of Marlboro Reds, and that, kind of our celebration of leaving the service. I don't remember Major. They sell Chesterfield cigs here in Indiana. You can still get them there. $1.50 a pack for Chesterfields. I haven't seen Chesterfields or Lucky Strikes I know they still sell Camel Straights, but I don't remember seeing any of those recently. Thank you, Sophia. Ann Nelson, welcome. Happy Raleigh's. I remember Raleigh's. Barley must be kind of like a local brand. Old Pack Turret. Oh, so does everybody have plans for today besides sitting here watching me walk around my house? McNabb guilty? Do you think I missed it? Hold on. Is McNabb guilty? Do you think I think he is, but not her? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know who McNabb is. I've between having the flu and then getting back to catching up with work and everything else, I haven't had a chance to. And my mind is still not there, following everything that's been going on out there. Went to the beach for a picnic today, warm and sunny. It sounds like fun. The McNabb on trial. Adam, I'm sorry, I don't understand I don't know who McNabb is. I mean, oh shit! Oh, sorry, didn't mean to swear. Did I say Jeanette? Well, Jeanette, I will definitely pray for you. I will add you to my prayers tonight. Probably going swimming later. Hiya, Will from South Wales. Welcome, Deborah. The missing baby from the trailer park. Is that the McNabb? Do I pray? Yeah, I pray daily. It's hard to really put into words. I was raised Catholic, but I I don't really know how to say this, people, because obviously I got a lot of comments about my last video where yeah, I believed that he was, that Jesus was once a man who walked physically on earth, but I don't believe that 100% in what the Bible says. I pray, I believe in what I believe in, and I don't bother other people. I let them live their lives and worship whoever they want to worship, and that's just who I am. Mary, Mary Olson, Wonson, I pray for you every day, sweetheart. I really do. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. You're packing for a move, Michelle? You wish you had what I have? Well, I don't think that I have anything special. I've been very fortunate, to. I didn't show you guys our bees yet, did I? We've got beehives over on the other side here, and there's an entire raised garden bed. We have beehives over there. My wife is the beekeeper, right? Actually, she's the idea person. I'm the manual labor. But laying in bed, what? With a scratched kidney. Gosh, soccer mom of one. I'm sorry. Well, you want Helen Johns? You want to see the bees? Okay. I'm not getting too close. I got this on a tripod right now. Don't know how we're gonna get there. All right. You see him? I don't know. The screen whited out on me there. Sorry, that's about as close as I can get to him right now. I had to put there's a pallet up in front of the walkway to the garden because my son kept on going in there and tapping on the hive boxes. And well, if you know anything about bees, they don't take that very happy. It really takes them off. Oh, Mary, I hope it's not. I have to go to work now. Josephine, well, first off, I forgot if I missed you before. Thank you for coming by, and you have a great day today. The last week here, it's been 70s and 80s. We harvest from the bees. Every year, we probably get about 5 gallons honey. And my wife packed it up into little jars, and then I use it for canning as well. You pay $50 a gallon for honey? I'm sorry, Zelda. That's a ripoff. What you need to do is look up a bee association. I know, like here, we're the part of our association. There's probably 300 members in our association here. Um, we have a Facebook group, and you can definitely get bees and put them. You can order them by mail and have them shipped to UPS. They will ship overnight ship bees to you. You can buy the hive, everything else online, and set it up in your backyard, and you can find in an association nearby where they can for 10 bucks. Well, but I was saying, you got to join an association. Just about every one of them has a Facebook group. I'm sure if you go onto Facebook, Zelda, you can definitely find an association in your area, and you can get bees. I would recommend either getting Italian or Russian bees because they're hardier. And I know my father-in-law is in Salem, and they've got hives there at their property, and we got them shipped UPS overnight. Take you into the garage. I'll show you what they actually come in. All right, we can all see now, huh? Okay. This is how they're shipped. They come in this little wooden box, and with a screen on the other side of it. They separate the queen. She'll be inside in a little package where they put candy. It's basically almost like rock candy, but it's made out of honey and wax. And they separate her, and all the other ones, the worker drones, they will try to eat away at the candy to get the queen out. So it keeps them calm, and it gives them something to do while they transport them. So, but this is the garage, by the way. It's my workbench. Obviously, it's a little bit cluttered. It's one door, two doors, and the door I came in. That's my daughter's kayak that has never been in the water. Never. Since the day I bought the dang thing, it's been sitting there. Well, it was in the backyard of the old house, and now it's here. But she's never used it. So I just keep on moving it around and moving it around. She says she's going to use it, but she never does. Oh. And those are down there. Those are hive boxes. And those ones there are hive boxes. But when we sell nukes off of our splits off of our hives. This is what we do. We put them in these things here. It's basically it's a half the size of a hive box. But still, $50 is a ripoff. I think we're going to go inside the house. It's warm out here today. I'm sure I'm boring the heck out of everyone. I work for the post office. We ship bees too. I've sorted a few bee packages on the last couple of weeks, even a couple queens. Yeah, we've never actually used the United States Post Office for shipping bees. We use UPS, and that is because we the the people we're selling them to, UPS can guarantee that they're going to have the package there. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the United States Post Office, Mindy. I really do. And I use the United States Post Office for about 90% of all of my business-related mail. And I have for years and years and years. For 15 years, I had my own book, like a bookstore. And I use the United States Post Office. You can't beat the United States Post Office and what they do. My mother-in-law, her dad, so that'd be, I don't know, mother-in-law's father. He was a retired postal worker. He loved it. Wasps are the asshole of the bug world. My wife actually has a T-shirt. It has a honeybee, it's got bumblebee, honeybee, wasp, hornet on there, and going across the front of it, and it tells what down below each one what they do. And it's on there on the T-shirt. Yeah, wasp and hornets are the assholes of the insect world. Hi, Will and chat room. God's Truth, Washington. Hello. 34 years at the end of June. Wow, Mindy. My father-in-law was a postman. Rest in peace. Fine jewel. I tried to explain to people all the time just how much of a benefit we are and how lucky we are that we have the United States Post Office, and the rates that we pay for getting a package from East Coast to West Coast. You can't find rates like that, a letter or a package. You can't find rates like that anywhere in the world. Nowhere. Crime and coffee. Hello, Cece. You're here listening? Doing what I do, huh? I listen to a lot of your streams when I'm working. Wow, Zelda, that is just insane. $50 a gallon. Yeah, Mary knows. That's the post to get mail. You can't get rates like you can here in America for post office for mailing a letter or a package. You can't. I tried to explain that to people who are like, why do I have to pay $9 to get a package delivered to me? I'm like, well, first off, it's $9 and you're 4,000 miles away. How much can you drive? How far can you drive on $9? Get in your car, put $9 in gas in it, and see how far you get. The United States Post Office has found a way to get a package from here to there for $9. But yet people complain. They're like, well, I want to use Amazon Prime. Go ahead, knock yourself out. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta get some more water. I'm back. I love your streams. They are very laid back. Did you know eating a teaspoon or two of local honey can help with allergies? Yes, CC, I did know that. I don't know if anybody else did, but I've known that for years. Richard, you haven't mailed anything in 35 years? Last time, 35, I think. Yeah. Lost art, Richard. I'm one of the probably the few people in this world that I know of, and I say that I know of. Sorry, stupid computer is doing updates right now. But I still write people. I send cards. I write letters. I do it every week. Somebody having a birthday, I don't send you an e-card on Facebook or something. I mail you a letter. I mail you a card. You gotta go. Soccer Mom of One. Thank you for the tour and showing us your dogs and bees. Enjoy the rest of your day. You too, sweetheart. Thank you for stopping by. Go, Tig. You only get bills. That's about all I get in the mail is bills and junk mail. Nobody ever writes me letters. I used to do mail time on here. If you go back through my videos, it was weird. I was getting 10 to 15 packages a week, and then letters, constantly. I was getting letters and stuff like that in the mail, and then all of a sudden, poof, it all just stopped. And all the people that used to write me letters and send me packages and stuff, which I was extremely grateful for, but I haven't seen them around. I think they all just got tired of my mail time or me in general. I don't know. What time is it over there? Well, it's 12:10 here. Nurse Ratchet. Hi, so interesting. I go to a local honey grower. I only use honey, no sugar. My mom worked for a local post offices for years. Hold on a second, I'll show you. Right back. I'm still here. Obviously, this one was sitting in the shelf on its side, but this is how we package it in the little honeybees. But this honey is clover honey, because we have hives on another part of town where there's a lot of clover that grows. But my wife and my daughter, they drink a lot of tea. They don't drink coffee, and they put honey in their tea. They love it. I love fireweed. Yeah. We have hives here in our area. There's 2 here. We've got one about 8 miles away, and then we have hives in Rathdrum. Y'all still there? That was weird. All of a sudden, I'm sitting here talking, and all of a sudden, the whole thing just crashed. And it says, unfortunately, YouTube has stopped working. Well, thank you, YouTube. The bees buzzing around Will's head, huh? Yeah. Sorry about that. I don't know what the heck happened there. It just said YouTube just stopped working. Huh. Will? No. No, I don't believe we're alone in the universe. What do you think about the murders at the Indiana? I don't know, Edwin. I'm not familiar with that. Not back here. Hey, Will. Elaine Williams, welcome. Is Willis here? Oh, LOL Wills. Me. Oh, one of my moderators' names is Willis. He's often in the chat, like live streams, and he moderates the comment section, and almost, I'd say maybe 3 or 4 times I've actually seen him comment. But the Crowley murders, I'm not familiar with the Crowley murders. Sorry. Still frozen there. Yeah, but I was saying, Willis, he's a great moderator, and he does so much for trying to keep the chats and the comment section clean. Happy Mother's Day. Hope your wife had a great day. We love you. I took her out for breakfast this morning and bought her flowers and candy and a couple of gifts that she wanted for Mother's Day. And then she decided that she was going to go off with her mom. The two of them, I think they have a plan, but they're going to spend most of the day actually driving. I'm not even sure if they're going to be home tonight. I didn't ask, but she took my daughter and my son. I'm at home alone right now. I'm supposed to be cleaning the house, so I do have to do that. That's my one goal today is I have to clean the house. Clean the living room, vacuum, do the dishes. It's my turn. We all take turns. Every other weekend is my turn to clean the house. Oh. Do you believe we are alone in the universe? Will? No, still don't. I'm answering your question, Will. I don't think we're alone in the universe. Bruce MacArthur in Canada. I'll look into that, Mary. Ontario. Okay. Can you do Ted Bundy piece? I could. I can. Wouldn't take that hard to or much work to do. A piece on Bundy. He's very well known. A lot of information about Ted. Do you have 90 hours? Yeah. Wow, he hid the bones in flower pots. Honey in the stores, are they 100% pure? I don't know. If it is, there's fake honey out there that where they will I'm biting my tongue on that one. If you want to know if it's 100% real honey, look at the label. If it's high fructose corn syrup mixed with honey, it has to say so. Freda, no, I don't. I don't believe Nicole was involved in the actual murders themselves. Zelda, I have actually come across exactly what you're talking about at Winco. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Winco is overall value-wise, they do a great job. You know, with their business. I shop at Winco quite a bit, but I found the same thing. It was honey, high fructose corn syrup, and saccharin mixed together. It will? Is this in real time? I don't know. I mean, I'm live. I have been for 1 hour and 7 minutes and 22 seconds. How many hours do I sleep? Nutella Ferrero? I don't know if I do sleep. I'm just joking. I obviously sleep. Oh, not enough. It's hard to sleep when you have a 2-year-old. Yeah, he sleeps through the night most nights, but I'm a pretty light sleeper in general. So if I hear anything at all, I'm up like that. On an average night, I might get maybe five hours of sleep a night. Oh, yeah, mine wakes up every morning at 4 a.m. Every morning, my son wakes up, gets up. First thing he does is he will sit up in his little bed, and he'll start. He'll go. He makes like these it's not words. It's kind of like goo 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 goo, and like he's talking to himself. I'll show you. So we've got these little puppies in every room of the house. The main unit is in his bedroom, and so these are baby monitors. But these monitors, we've got one. I've got one in the living room, one here in the dining room. I've got one in my office, and I've got one in the garage. So when he wakes up at 4 a.m., I can hear him. And then I make my way to his room. I get him, and he's usually sitting there just smiling, happy as can be. I survive in less than 5 hours of sleep a night. Then I get ill and could sleep for a week. Jojo. Yeah, I don't even own an alarm clock. It's the truth. I don't. My wife, she works varying shifts, so she sets her an alarm on her cell phone. We don't even own an alarm clock. I could go buy one. I keep on saying I'm going to put it on the grocery list all the time, but I never remember. Bless that, baby. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Yeah. Like this video, everyone. Oh. Sorry. Went to go adjust the mount. Darn near dropped the entire camera. Well, cell phone. It's kind of cool. I like the way that this. All right, so when I do live streams, normally I do it on my laptop, and I have, obviously I use a camera on my laptop. But up at the top of the screen here, it shows me there are 88 people in here. I got 80 thumbs up, and then next to that, it says that I have received $21 in super chats, and then next to that is okay. Thank you, Zelda. $23. I sent you a PMO on Facebook. Want your help? All right, Zelda. I will definitely look at You saw a leg? Oh yeah. But I was saying there at the top of the screen there, I don't know what this other box is. So it says live, how long I've been here. There's 95 people in the stream, 84 thumbs up, $23 super chat, but I don't know what the last box is. I'm afraid to click on it. I don't know if that's going to close this or what. And then down at the bottom, I've never used a cell phone to do the live stream before. God, you're feeling Sunday lazy? That's the best, isn't it, though? I know I'm sitting in the dark here, even if I move over this way. But then I can't see this. I'd have to turn the whole. Maybe if I turn this thing a little bit. Mm. Yeah, it didn't help at all. Sophia, I very well may have to. And I'm almost certain I'm going to have to do more live streams. I'm being forced into that. So the last 11 videos that I have uploaded to YouTube, they have demonetized 9 of 11. And I filed an appeal and I lost the appeal on each and every one of them. And when I contacted YouTube to ask them why, they said that the content that I am making does not. It did it again. It just dropped out. It is so weird. I mean, I'm sitting right here next to my laptop, and my laptop shows that I have absolutely perfect connection to the internet. On my phone, same thing. Perfect connection to the internet. Neither one of them has changed at all. And all of a sudden, YouTube just stopped. Okay, and it says right there, it says YouTube. Unfortunately, YouTube has stopped working. Zelda took her to go buy a card. Okay. Odd. They should reimburse you. YouTube is having issues. Yeah, it's definitely having issues. I don't know what the heck's going on here, because I mean, on my end, everything is perfect. But back to what I was saying before. I'm going to be forced into going and doing more live streams than I am videos themselves. And that's because they demonetized my content, and I have no way to, if I can't earn any revenue from the actual videos, then I can't pay for the internet. I can't pay for the licensing agreements that I have to keep this YouTube channel going. So, and they can't demonetize my videos as long as, my live streams, as long as I, don't break any of their stupid policies on cursing or showing children or whatever, as long as I stay within there. And Lori, why demonetize? They said that the content that I have been uploading recently violates their policies on the ability to. It's not advertiser friendly. Basically, Pepsi. I use Pepsi as an example, but Pepsi doesn't want to advertise, their brand of soda on a video about somebody who killed somebody else, in a nutshell. So they demonetize it. They pull all ability to earn any revenue from the video. Oh, I have to rely on Patreon, and I have to rely on Super Chat and sales from Fan Gear. And yeah, Lori, it's based on ads. Oh, so many rules. They changed the entire algorithm again on us. And what I re-uploaded 2 videos on purpose that were monetized before. I changed absolutely nothing on those videos. I uploaded them and they were demonetized the moment I uploaded them. And then the other one was demonetized. The one that had been monetized, I was able to earn revenue on. Thank you very much, Rose, for the super chat. I appreciate it. But the video that was earning revenue before, not very much. I mean, most of my videos I earn maybe about $14-15 on each and every one. And within the first 30 days of the video, and then it just drops off because people stop watching anything that's older. And that's just who we are as people. We want what's new, what's coming up on my search results, what is right there. But so I took the video that was already on there, had been for a couple of months, and I took it and I uploaded it again. They demonetized it the moment it came up, and then they demonetized the original one. And I'm like, what gives, YouTube? Why was it eligible, to earn revenue before, but now, I uploaded it again? And they told me the algorithm has, for what the content that I had uploaded has changed. They've changed their policies. Oh. But you don't, Joanne, do you use an ad blocker? If you use an ad blocker, then you'll never see ads. If you use YouTube Premium, then you don't see them either. Zelda. YouTube takes 30% of super chat. That's stinky. So I support for others. Yeah, Sophia, they have definitely been. True Crime Loser and this channel are awesome. Definitely. I get it. I get such a kick out of him. True Crime Loser. I do. I'm a subscriber to his channel. Shmita. I think somebody actually commented the other day. Their Auntie Shmita. Mommy's Ramblings is awesome. Charlie, I caught a couple of Mommy Ramblings videos the other day. Yeah, it's not my piece of of pie, but I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. Shmita. Yeah. You make sure, everybody, go over there and bug him. Tell him I gave him a shout out again. All right, we're at an hour and 20 minutes here right now. The Shmita family. Yeah. He actually did, well, not too long ago. I think it was like a week ago. He did a Q&A for the first time. Do you believe we are alone in the universe? Will, are you just repeating yourself because you didn't? I answered your question already, buddy. I'm sorry, but my real name is Shmita. Shmita Smelmora. No, we're not alone. Where from? Nurse Ratchet? Where am I from? I'm from Wisconsin originally. Be right back. All right, sorry if I missed anybody's question here. Let's go back. Water drinking man. I drink a lot of water. Good for you. Will, I'm from Minnesota originally. Where from, Sophia? If you don't mind if I ask, I mean, you did bring it up. From Yorkshire. Karen here from across the pond, huh? Truth Seeker. I have your I'll message you again. I have the thing from where you messaged me on Facebook. I have that. I'll message you again. All right. So sorry. Almost on the border of Wisconsin. Lori K. Okay. Well, I was born in Prescott. Well, actually, I was born in St. Paul, but I grew up in Prescott, Wisconsin, which is just over the border into from Wisconsin and Minnesota, Minneapolis area. How did you end up in Washington? Long story. Nutshell. Answer, how did I end up in Washington from Wisconsin? The United States government. My parents worked for, well, not my father, but my stepfather and my mother worked for the Department of Energy. And they worked for the, they were inspectors, we'll just put it that way. And they moved around a lot. And when I was younger, they moved out here. We moved back and forth between here and Washington State. And we moved, back to Minnesota and to Wisconsin, Georgia. We moved around a lot. Bye, Cece. Sophia, I have family from International Falls, Minnesota, St. Cloud, Brainerd area, up Little Falls, upstate Minnesota. I have family in all over the Twin Cities area. My sister just bought a retirement home. Basically, it's on one of the 10,000 lakes there. Well, actually, more than 10,000. If you're from Minnesota, you know that there's more than 10,000 lakes. And thank you, Joanne. Thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. I can't remember the name of the damn town she bought a home on. But she bought an A-frame. She's in upstate Minnesota. Born in Mid-Terre, Truth Seeker. Black pudding. What? Black puddings are much sturdier than your Yorkshire puddings. I don't like either one. I've tried them both. I guess it's a. Tell me where your sister lives. I'm ready for old folks home. My body is falling apart. Zelda, I'm sorry. I have four sisters, two older, two younger, and I'm in the middle of them. So there's actually my brother, then it goes two sisters, then me, and then I have two younger sisters. And but out of all of us, my second oldest sister passed away about a year ago. So my sister that is in upstate Minnesota, she, the heck is the name of the town? I can't remember the name of the town. There's just a tiny little town there. She's a subscriber to my YouTube channel. Not that I ever see her, on any live streams or comment. I live in southern Minnesota. Lived in Wisconsin for a year. Michelle, southern. Are you up towards Brainerd, Little Falls, that way? International Falls? My grandfather had a huge farm just outside of Brainerd. That's long gone now. Family farm up there. We still have a family farm in Wisconsin though. Oh, I'm sorry, Helen John. I'm really sorry. Outside of Brainerd, my grandfather's farm was like 225 acres. It was huge, huge, huge farm. But after my great grandmother and grandfather passed away, um, there wasn't much. I guess it's the same reason. A lot of kids they go off to school in Brainerd, great fishing. Yeah, I miss it. It's the weirdest thing. It's like out here where I live now. Nobody. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. I got a lot of friends who they fish for sturgeon and for salmon out here, but I go back there sometimes, and all I do is I walk down to the lake and throw out a line, just chill. It's the most relaxing thing. But I was saying, after my great grandfather and grandmother passed away, nobody had interest in actually farming anymore. That side of the family, that up there, outside of Brainerd, and they all went to college and they got jobs and careers and families, and one thing led to another. And then when after they died, nobody was interested in farming that those in that area anymore. It was hard. It most certainly was hard. Farming's hard. It's not something you take lightly or you can do. Wow, at the age of 56, I like to think her at peace, but the loss was wrenching. Excuse me. My sister uh, passed away in her sleep. She had, I guess, a massive seizure in her sleep, and she went peacefully. Brainerd reminds you of the movie Fargo. Fargo is a great movie, but I don't think it doesn't remind me personally of Fargo. Now, I have family that lived up in, well, they live in International Falls now, but they used to live right there on right on the border, Dilworth, Minnesota. I don't know if you know where that is, but you want to talk about some people that are kind of backwoods area that really remind you of Fargo. Go to Dilworth, Minnesota. It's right on the border of North Dakota. Yeah. Will you consider using PayPal too? You could set up an account and support this channel. Just feel like it's safer using PayPal for everything. Teacup, I use PayPal, but until YouTube changes their mind and considers PayPal a viable avenue for crowdfunding, or right now I'm absolutely not kidding you at all. PayPal is not considered a viable avenue for supporting creators. They actually look at PayPal as panhandling because it's not connected to actual content. I'm not kidding you at all. I mean, you can use PayPal. You can tell people, hey, I have a PayPal account. You can go ahead and give me, donations on PayPal. You can, or PayPal me, same thing. You can tell them that, but you can't put it in the description of a video. And if they don't catch it, which they are cracking down a lot more on, they will take close your video down or kick you, give you a community strike. Patreon is safer, but YouTube doesn't allow it yet. Patreon, I use Patreon. And every there's a link, Zelda's out in every single video that I've put up since day one. There is a Patreon link in every video, and they don't consider Patreon panhandling because it's connected to an actual goods and services, basically. Huh? But with PayPal, people can demand money back, so they don't allow it. Yeah. She was late with my allowance. What would you do? I have no idea what that's in reference to. There, Stan. My bad. I meant PayPal. Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day, Stan. Wish your wife a happy Mother's Day, Will. I will. Hey, Spider. Um, I will. I don't know. I don't know if she's even going to be home later today or what, because they went. She went and got her mother, so the basically Ladies' Day, along with they took my son with them too. So the three ladies, and they got in the car and they decided they wanted to go see something. Can't get money back if sent friends and family. Yeah. I've been using PayPal since they became an actual thing. Way back in the day, I used to sell items on eBay, and back in those days on eBay, your options were you either sent somebody a check in the actual mail, or you used PayPal, or you met them in person and did a cash transaction. Oh, Evelyn, thank you very much for the super chat. "50 years together." Well, Zelda can. Here's to 50 more for you and your husband. Me and my wife have been married now 26 years. And think about that for a second, because my daughter just turned 21 on the first of, beginning of April. But she's 21, and we were together almost 6 years before she was born. Oh, happy Mother's Day, everyone! Celebrating it, mothers, and let's not forget those fathers out there who are doing double duty today, who have single fathers raising their own children. And don't forget that there are grandparents out there who are taking another swing at this and are stepping up in raising their grandchildren. My best friend is basically doing that. His daughter is drug dependent, and I'm sorry for putting that out there, buddy. You know who you are, but he is raising his two grandchildren all by himself. And Mother's Day, Father's Day, it's a job that never ends, and no one really appreciates or understands what it's like, to step in, when you're 50 plus and have to start raising children all over again. I'm going to call you my Minnesota brother from another mother. That's cool, Sophia. Yeah. But you know what? When it comes right down to it, he wouldn't have it any other way. He loves those children, and he wants to protect them, and he wants to make sure that they have the best opportunity available. But and he actually has legal custody of both of them, but he's doing it because he loves them. Grandparents are raising their grandchildren should have a grandparent month. Yeah, Mary. You should have at least give them their own damn holiday. If we have a celebration of donut month, why don't we have a grandparents month? Southern Mom. Hi, y'all. And that's a day, Lori. I think we should have an entire month. What, you can't read my shirt? MTFU. It's a men's mentoring group that I'm a member of. It's more than that, though, in a nutshell. It stands for the politically correct is man the family up. But you can figure out what the F stands for within the group itself for men. But we have the same morals and ethics as a lot of social organizations. We do a lot within our community. We not only we help men network to get into a better position than they are. Maybe they need help with finding housing or a job, and we network, and to help each other in a lot of different ways. We do everything from designated driver program, so no one should ever drive while they've been drinking. And we do that too. We have a suicide prevention classes that we host, and so we have a crisis line. And there's just about 70,000 of us here in the United States, but we're all over the world. We just filed and received our nonprofit license. So, well, Helen, I don't think that I'm a great person, or a great man. I just see myself as doing what doing the right thing, doing the next right thing. So Could you have a walk around the area? Looks like a nice day. I'd like to see America. We'll never get there. Pitbull sleuth? I could. The hardest thing about being outside, and I did a live stream outside once, and I didn't realize until actually I saw the video later on, a lot of it is washed out because of the sunlight. So you got to keep yourself humble, Michelle. Oh, there are a lot of people just like me out there. I'm not alone. I mean, like I was saying, I'm part of a men's group of 70,000 men all over the United States. 70,000 of us. And we're just one tiny little group. We've only been around for 2 years. And we basically, we decided that enough was enough. We were tired of the political fighting online, where they're pitting Republicans versus Democrats and independents versus Green Party. We got tired of it. And we said, we want some place to go where we can agree on basically the few rules. One, we treat each and every one of us with respect. Two, no politics, no religion. You don't hate someone because of their religion. You don't talk about your religion. You don't talk about their religion. And three, you must be willing to mentor or help someone or just keep your damn mouth shut and listen to somebody. And truly listen. Now, a lot of people say they're listening, but they really don't. They're thinking about something else. Yeah, they're staring off over here. They're staring at their phone while you're talking to them. So that's who we are, and we make thousands and thousands of business transactions every single day, and we do it with a handshake. We're bringing back the handshake. It's like, that your word is your bond. These are I wouldn't say that they're unique values. I mean, these are values that I was raised on. That if you man up, you take responsibility for your life, and you do the best you can, because none of us are guaranteed another day in this world. Cat in the Hat. I did not see you there before. Welcome. I'm glad you're here today. Love it. Yeah. I've been a member of a social organization for years, and that's not besides this group. And everything that they do is pretty much, on the line with that social family fraternal organization, I should say. All right. We're going back outside because I don't smoke in my house and I don't smoke in my car. Yeah, I know. It's a nasty habit, but Karen, I finally can see your name. I thought that was you that popped up earlier, but all it was showing was the name is washed out, but now it's actually showing up in blue, and I can see the wrench. You gonna join me, Michelle? Yeah. Well, obviously I'm not wearing my glasses, so it's hard for me to read the way it is now. This is the first time I've ever done this on my phone itself. I'm sure my neighbors think that I'm weird as shit. They're coat hooks. We put that up so, when my son is out here, in his rain gear, jumping up and down in the puddles, he can take off his coat and stuff and, hang it up there because it's a porch, overhead porch, there. And there's some place for him to hang it up. Gotta run, my brother, and have a great day. Rest of your day, Will. Thank you, Sophia. You have a great day as well. Yeah, that's one of the, I think my wife got the idea from Pinterest. We have a lot of things around here that are like that. Anybody like octopuses? So we have is we have a giant octopus on our front door. It's a door knocker, made out of steel. We actually got it at Saturday Market in, I think, Eugene. I think that's where it is. Saturday, they have an outdoor marketplace there for artists and stuff like that in downtown. I think it was in Eugene. It might have been Salem. I get the two confused. Been there so many times. No, it's not antique. It's newer. But the thing probably weighs 25 pounds. Pretty big. When somebody uses it, knocks on the door, because we don't have a doorbell. I've got a surveillance system out there, but you can't see it now. Yeah, you can't see the one on the back door here. It's up above the door. It looks straight down at the door. The entire place is wired with surveillance. The garage, the house, everything. It came that way. We have a wood burl on display at your curiosity shop. Loaned for 10 years now. Looks like an alien head. Is above Sylvester. No, well, we went out to breakfast this morning, and then my wife and daughter, son, and my mother-in-law all took off. I can't say where they went, but the drive that they're taking is about 110 miles in one direction. For 10K? You're gonna sell for 10K? That's cool. Ooh. There's 108 now. 108 thumbs up. 93 people in here still. I see Lucky peeking out. Well, my dog? That's my dog's name, Lucky. How warm is it in Colorado? I don't know, Michelle. I'm not in Colorado. I live in Washington State. Lucky is a German Shepherd, and we believe rot mix. We're not sure. He's a goofball. He's old. Not as active as he used to be. But he's my dog. Yeah, we have 4 dogs right now here in the main level. 2 of these dogs were just sitting. with their friend's dog. She's out of town. They went to France on a cruise. Well, they flew to France, and then they went on some kind of cruise over in France. They won't be back until I think 19th or 20th of this month. You had a bull mastiff. You had a 9-year-old bull mastiff. My sister has had, I want to say 3 bull mastiffs, huge dogs. But now she's got a Saint Bernard, purebred Saint Bernard, and I'm not sure what her other dog is. All of our dogs. We've never bought a dog. We've always rescued our animals. You have 10 dogs, Cheryl? Jeez, that's got to be one heck of a food bill for 10 dogs. I hope they're a smaller dog. Are they? What, Bull Mastiff Cross is 8.5. We have Scotties, Wheaton, and black colors. We miss having Scotties. We have 3 rescues. Vet bills are insane. Yeah. What gets me is, we have 4 dogs. And what gets me is flea and tick and worming. What? If you've never had to do that with your pets, you're lucky. Imagine 10 dogs wanting to go outside. I'm lucky. So when I bought this house, I put a pet door in so they can come and go whenever they want. And then taking these dogs for a walk. Well, the two that are downstairs that I can't bother right now, they can come and go anytime they want from the basement. So they can come up the stairs, and there's the door that goes down in the basement. There's a pet door on that, and there's a pet door to go outside. But they're almost completely blind, and they are 100% deaf. But we have to actually physically pick them up and carry them outside and then put them in the grass because they'll walk right into anything because they can't see it. But taking them to the park is fun. We're not that far from a couple parks, and my son really gets a kick out of them. He thinks it's funny because they'll go running and they'll run right straight into a tree. He thinks it's funny. He's only 2 years old, though. Did you hear about the shooting at the Bobcat in our property? Neighbor killed a big cougar a few months back. Zelda? No, I did not. We have a lot of problems, especially at this time of year, with cougars in our area. People are going to find this really funny. So the more that this area expands into the outer areas, the people are encroaching more and more on the cougars' territories. And then they're like, oh my God, there's a cougar in our backyard. Oh my gosh. I'm like, really? Come on, people. You moved where they live. They've been here for, forever. Well before we were here, and they'll be here long after we're gone. We don't have, I don't know if we have bobcats in this area or not. I definitely know we have cougars, though. I've seen them I've been out on the golf course, and I've seen them. I ran out the door with my 357 Smith & Wesson. Too many cougars from Multnomah fire. Forced them south to Boring. I'm sorry about that, Zelda. Black bear? You have black bears there, Becca? And welcome, Becca. Didn't see you before. Glad you could stop by today. Yeah, we're almost at 2 hours here. Foxes and coyotes here. Yeah, coyotes are In some of the rural areas around here, you couldn't swing a stick and not hit a coyote. They're everywhere. Coyotes they're more scared of you than the other way around. Can cougars get into your backyard? My backyard? No, not my backyard. No, I live in the actual in city. It's the surrounding areas that are out into the rural areas. You have no bobcats in Australia. Pits banned in the UK unless registered through court. A lot of unregistered though, but Russian roulette for the poor dogs. I watched a documentary about the in the UK about rat terriers, the actual dogs. I think you can see it on YouTube, but I watched it on the Discovery Channel the other night, and how these dogs have been trained to actually go. They go out and they actually take these rat terriers from farm to farm to actually hunt rats everywhere in Illinois. Yeah, pits are banned in Ontario. I've never had a purebred pit bull. I've had a mixed breed, and they're good dogs. And a lot of times, when aggressive dogs are aggressive because people make them aggressive. They're not aggressive breed by any means. It's just like my German shepherds, the two that are downstairs. People think that that they're an aggressive breed of dog. A lot of people do. I think they're completely wrong. They're informed, but they're very territorial, and they're very protective breed. Nothing here in New Zealand to worry about. We can walk barefoot in the bush. Well, I don't know about that. I wouldn't walk barefoot around the bush in New Zealand. My wife will never go to New Zealand or to Australia because she's convinced that everything there wants to kill her. My wife supports it's a YouTube group called Viva La Dirt League. Agree. I have 2 proof bowls. So great with my cats and 5 Yorkies and 4 chickens. That's something I'm never going to get here again. Florida with alligators. They taste good. Alligators. But what was this saying? No, I forgot. Doesn't matter. Cat and Hat. Zelda is in Boring, Oregon. Uh, I'm getting there. I'm feeling better. It's I'm better today than I was yesterday, and better than the day before that. Hi from UK, Sarah. Welcome. I'm getting there. I'm not 100% yet, but I went and golfed yesterday, so I felt good enough to do that. I eventually do have to stop this live stream now because I have to clean this entire house. Yay! 30 miles from Mount Hood. Hmm. Miss Holmes from the UK. Welcome. I don't know. Do I golf in the rain? I have in the past. I don't golf when there's lightning going on because you're basically holding a lightning rod in your hand. But I've golfed every year. In the third weekend in August, I play in a charity golf tournament in Centralia, Washington, and every year, like clockwork, it rains there. I think maybe in the last 5 years, there was one time that it didn't rain in the last 5 years that I played that tournament in that tournament. So it'll probably rain again in August. So I was telling I was going to, I was starting to answer the question. I just remembered what I was talking about. But I every year in May, I get a jury summons. So I called, and my jury, I'm always selected, so I had to report. I went to the courthouse, and I wasn't selected for the first time. Yay! So in about a month and a half, I will get my check for $17 in the mail for showing up that day. That's all they pay. It's $17 a day to show up for a district. It's superior. If you have to sit on in a trial for a superior court, it's more. Hey, Becky, I got to go force my youngest son to get some sleep. His exams start tomorrow. Wish me luck. Jojo, thank you for stopping by. You have a great day. Cat in the Hat, Crater Lake. I've never been there. Zelda. No, that was actually my neighbor just pulled into his driveway and he sets his alarm on his car. That guy's is a real piece of work, I guess. Shame on me for never making it to Crater Lake. Yeah, I should do that. Maybe take a road trip down there, go see my father-in-law. He was just here for my daughter's birthday a couple weeks ago. Yosemite? Oh, I've been to Yosemite quite a few times. Bend, the museum in Bend, Oregon. I think last museum I went there in Bend, I think it was an air museum. Saw pigs, heard. It's beautiful. Yosemite. I went to there's a Yosemite. You can go to Yosemite, and they actually have a tour where you can actually go and on this little tour, and they'll take you to where Ansel Adams took all of his breathtaking, photographs of Yosemite National Park, and you can actually stand where in a lot of locations where he took his photographs. It's amazing to actually see the picture. It's in the brochure, and then you can actually go there and actually see it in person and experience it in color. Unless you can't see color, then it's in black and white for you. But Have you seen the one-man show, Stinson? No. Have I been to Canada? Yeah, quite a few times. Tell you an interesting story about how my wife got me kicked out of Canada last time we were there. So we were camping in the Hoh rainforest, which is in Washington State, up by the Canada, and we were going to take a ferry from there up to Victoria, and then we were going to then take another one over to see the gardens and everything else. We had a whole plan, to go up to Canada. So we're going through customs, and as you enter into Canada after we got off the ferry, and my wife walks up to the lady at the counter. They ask you like really basic questions. Do you have anything to declare? What's your reason for coming to Canada? Blah, blah, blah. And my wife walked up to the lady and she said to her, I think I have contraband. You couldn't have closed the entry into Canada quicker than what she did. They shut the doors, they locked it, everything stopped right there. So what my wife was talking about was the day before we had gone to a Native American smoke shop. And my wife doesn't smoke cigarettes, like regular cigarettes. She used to, but she gave it up quite a few years ago. So she had bought she wanted to buy a single pack of clove cigarettes, and they didn't have just a single pack at this place we went to. They sold them in 2 packs that were taped together. So we're going through customs. She tells the lady that she thinks she has contraband because she has more than 1 pack of cigarettes on her in her bag. And she thinks that's contraband. They thought that she was a drug mule coming into Canada and wanted to declare that, look, I think I have drugs, or whatever. So they take all of us, my wife, my daughter, and my mother-in-law, my father-in-law. They put us all in separate rooms. And they started grilling us over, what does she have? What does she have? Who put drugs, did she swallow balloons full of heroin? What does she have? And we're all like, ew. And so they took me and my father-in-law and they said, you two fit the profile of drug smugglers. And we're like, we do? What do you mean by that? We don't have any drugs. We didn't bring anything in here. And my father-in-law, right then and there, looks at the custom agent and he goes, I don't have drugs, but I do have, and they're like, we're just going to politely ask you to get back on that ferry and leave Canada and then not come back until you get a letter from the Canadian consulate, or some crazy thing. We're like, really? How long is that going to take to get this stupid letter from Canada saying that we're allowed to be in their country? None of us have any convictions at all. No driving offenses that I can think of that anyone has. But they politely put us back on the ferry and sent us back to the United States because my wife had clove cigarettes. She got us all kicked out of Canada over clove cigarettes. And me and my father-in-law apparently fit some kind of profile. And what my father-in-law had was he brought his Glock with him into Canada. He never goes anywhere without it because he always and for his own here in America, it's for his own protection because he always carries around an excessively large amount of cash, but he always carries his gun on him. And he went into Canada with it. And I guess that was against the law. Yeah. Ain't that funny? If y'all remember my wife from that live stream that she did with me, that's just who she is. She's just an extremely honest person who doesn't mean to do anything wrong. She just thought that that having that many cigarettes was contraband. Because the sign said, I guess somewhere, that you're only allowed to bring in personal use, cigarettes for your own personal use. No, that's all right though, because every year we go up and down. We used to, well, we don't do it anymore. Now since my son is 2, we haven't done this in quite a few years. But we used to along the ocean, from starting in the peninsula of Washington State, going down and around. There are beaches that don't have names. They're just beach number 1, beach number 50, beach number 39, and we used to make this trip down the around the coast of Washington to try to find each and every one of the beaches that are just a number. It's something to do as a family. It's cheap. All you do is drive around looking for them. Whistler. But then besides that, in Canada, I go up to Canada. I've crossed over the border into Canada. I watch every June. I take off and I watch minor league baseball games, and I've gone into Canada quite a few times to watch baseball games. Ooh, rhubarb jam. Mm. You have a great day, Michelle. I'm the only one in my family that likes rhubarb. I like it just like it is. That bitter crushiness, kind of like, people, I eat it like celery. No, yeah, rhubarb pie is not that bad. I've had my mother-in-law makes a rhubarb and strawberry pie for me every year for Christmas when we all gather as a family. Greetings from Sam. Sam, greetings, welcome. What is rhubarb? Rhubarb is it's a plant. I've been to Niagara Falls in Toronto. We went to, probably wrong. I think it was no. So my son is only 2 years old, so he was born. He was just a little baby. But that's when we went to Niagara Falls last time. We went to the Canadian side and to the U.S. side. U.S. side is really depressed. There's a lot of closed storefronts there, or maybe it was just the time of the year we went there. But only thing we could find open that was a Chinese restaurant to eat at. From Dublin Island, new sub, Italian Hyundai. Welcome. Thank you. With ice cream? Mm. Rhubarb is a fruit, like apple pie or rhubarb pie. Lived in Vancouver for 10 years. My daughter is there getting her PhD. Vancouver is beautiful. I've been to some the waterfront area of Vancouver last time I was there. My buddy had a sailboat there, but he's since moved to, I want to say, Anchorage, but it's probably a city just around the Anchorage area, like a suburb. He's retired. That happens, I guess. Rhubarb grows like a weed in my garden. Yeah, that we bought this house. There were 2 things that were growing in the garden: rhubarb and kale. And rhubarb is Jeanette. I'm not sure if this works or not, but my friend told me that I've always just cut it and the plant dies. But he told me, if you cut it like celery and leave the stalk in the bottom part in the ground, that it'll regrow from that. I don't know if that's true or not. Oh, it's starting to thunder there, Karen. You can go to the store, buy a stalk of celery, cut the leave about 4 inches of the actual plant, use the rest of it. Take the rest of it, stick it in a cup with water and toothpicks to hold it up over the, so it's just barely out of the water itself, and it'll root, and then you can take the whole thing and stick it in a pot and grow it right if you live in an apartment or wherever. All right, I'll do that, Zelda. Yeah, I'm gonna try that though. If just to take the outside more mature, I guess, stalks off, or what do you call them actually? Yeah, outside each piece of the rhubarb. I mean, I know it works for celery because I've done that before. Just cut the celery, leave about 3 inches of it exposed out of the ground. And in the wintertime, I throw hay or grass clippings over it so it actually winters, so the frost doesn't get it in my area. Stems. Yeah. And the celery just grows back over and over again. I never have to plant it again. Well, I have to here now. My old house, that there's still celery growing there, that and tomatoes, but I love the garden. The far end of the house on that side where the bees are, we have 6 large raised raised garden beds that came with the house. Italian honey, yeah, herbs. Live in Alberta, Canada, almost 80 Fahrenheit today. Wow. Uh, Zelda, you are going to be a park ranger in Yosemite? No. And the people who owned the house before me, they put in drip lines, and they're really nice garden beds. Italian honey, LOL. It's a different way of saying it. Vulcan. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to have to end the stream. It has been 2 hours and 20 some minutes. And if I don't, I'm going to be here all day, and I'm never going to get this house cleaned. And just in case the wife and everybody shows back up, kind of got to get it cleaned before they show back up here. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be home later tonight. But then again, I mean, it's 100 and some miles they're driving in one direction. They might just stay there. That might be a record. Karen? Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure it. Like I said, I'm most likely I'm going to have to start doing more live streams, because I might just do live streams and tell people about the actual cases that I'm researching, kind of like, I guess, like the evening news. But because they keep on demonetizing everything from me, so what am I going to do? I got to pay for these bills somehow. So, bye everyone. I hope you have a great day today. Stay safe out there. Until next.